One, welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of the show with no name, and we are here on Vaughn Radio. And I think y'all know, y'all is everybody, all of you all, as they say in the South, contracted. I think y'all know what time it is. It's time for liftoff. Let's go.
8.
All right, amigos. Welcome. Welcome to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. And that's right, my amigos. Today we are going to hear from y'all. Or you guys. Or yous. Bueno, yous no es correcto. It's a very New York way of saying vosotros. What are yous doing? No? ¿Qué hacéis vosotros? What are yous doing? What are y'all doing if you're down south? Pero siempre vale con you. Pero como nosotros queremos distinguir entre tú y vosotros, a lot of times we say y'all, you guys. Even though there are girls included, it means you guys, vosotros. So just so you know, you'll hear it out there. But one of my favorite is y'all. Where are y'all going? ¿Dónde vais? What are y'all doing? ¿Qué hacéis? Well, I know what y'all are doing for the next 2 hours. You're going to be here rocking and rolling with us on the show with no name, learning English and having fun. And today we're going to hear from our classmates. That's right. You are going to hear from Carmen, Laura, Maria Jose, Mario, Marisol, Kubla, David, Elena, Nuria, Anix, Chris, and Salva. Whoa! Looking forward to it, folks. And it's also my birthday weekend, so there's a lot to look forward to. Oh yeah, tons of things to look forward to. And some of those things are our brand new shows on Vaughn Radio. Woo! Come on, gentlemen. Vaughn Radio proudly presents two brand spanking new shows. You can join Ruby every weekday on her program Speak Up from 3 to 4 p.m. Speak Up is for students who are just getting started and superstars who want to go over the basics. Let Ruby guide you through the English experience on her new program, Speak Up, on Vaughn Radio from 3 to 4 p.m. And Frankly Speaking, hosted by Chris. This program will be on every evening from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And in Frankly Speaking, Chris Frank will make you feel like you were at the restaurant or bar with him in a totally native conversation. Learn English as you have fun with Frankly Speaking. So make sure you check out our 2 latest programs. You're going to love them. Frankly Speaking with Chris from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And Speak Up with Ruby from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. I have a feeling, I have a hunch you're going to love these new programs. Exclusively on Vaughn Radio. Don't miss them. That's right, folks. You can tune in today at From 3 to 4 p.m., you've got Speak Up with Ruby, one of our newest programs. And from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m., you can hang out with Chris Frank and Frankly Speaking. And Ruby wasn't there, but Chris was at our last Vaughn Radio Trivia Night, and our upcoming one is going to be fun too. And I know you guys, you love challenges, so I think it's time for our first challenge, our pop quiz. Pop quiz. Come on. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. All right, quiz masters. And thanks to everybody who came to my trivia night, the Halloween or All Saints Day trivia. And we've got a Christmas one. I don't know if it's going to be Christmas themed, but it's about 10 days before Christmas. And you know who's hosting, the one and only Richard Vaughn. Guess who's hosting our upcoming Vaughn Radio Trivia Night?
Real pleasure to meet you.
You guessed it. None other than the one and only Richard Vaughn. Join us on Wednesday, December 13th at 8:30 p.m. We're gonna have fun. We'll laugh. We'll play. You'll meet your favorite Vaughn Radio presenters and your fellow students. And there are even prizes for the winning team. So don't miss it. Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. Hosted by the one and only Richard Vaughn. Wednesday, December 13th at Roll Madrid, Calle de Amaniel 23. It's gonna be tons of fun. Oh yeah, we hope to see you there. I'll be there myself as well. December 13th, and Richard Vaughn will be hosting. It's at Calle de Amaniel 23, which is an American restaurant and brewery. It's got all kinds of yummy food. It's got one of my favorite dishes, which is chicken and waffles. And this is fried chicken with waffles. Yes, you heard right. Gofres y pollo frito. It's delectable. And speaking of, last night I made chicken fingers. In fact, I stopped calling them that because my daughter almost didn't eat them because she's like, I don't want to eat chickens. I don't want to eat their fingers. And I'm like, oh, no, honey, no, they're not really fingers. So so now we call them chicken strips. Tiras de pollo. Just for the sake of simplicity, we call them chicken strips. And yesterday, I made some chicken strips. Now, my wife, I got to admit, she was a bit of a naysayer. She usually supports me 110%. But yesterday, she was a naysayer. She's like, you're going to burn the cornflakes, the breading. No, los empané. I breaded them. But I breaded them with cornflakes. Yeah, you heard right. I guess I was inspired by this week's episode of FYI on Kellogg's. The story of this well-known, beloved breakfast brand starts with two brothers whose relationship faltered and finally had a falling out. A devout quack doctor set in his ways, and a younger brother who no longer wants to be under his brother's wing duke it out to see who will rule the roost in the surreal cereal realm. We'll dish out the crazy account of Kellogg's on this week's episode of FYI. Welcome to For Your Info.
En inglés.
You got it. That's right, folks. You can get that episode wherever you get your Vaughn podcasts. It just dropped this morning at 7 a.m., and the story is insane. You'll learn all about the Kellogg brothers. So I was pretty excited. I've got to be honest, when, I started looking at it, and I said, okay, I was like, I guess it's going to be an interesting episode. But it blew my mind because you could say it's an episode about cereal, a cereal empire, or you could say it's about brothers and a falling out and backstabbing and lawsuits and torture. Yes, you heard right. Torture. So there's a little bit of everything in this week's episode of FYI. And it's on Kellogg's. And so yesterday I was inspired. And I was actually inspired because I used to work at Planet Hollywood in Disney in Orlando. I worked in Planet Hollywood. And if you've ever been to Planet Hollywood, I don't know if this is current, actual, but they used to bread their chicken fingers or chicken strips with Captain Crunch. Now, Captain Crunch is a cereal that's like 5 times sweeter than cornflakes. So mine weren't as sweet. But let's put it this way. My experiment was a resounding success. My daughter loved them after she got over the fact that they weren't really fingers. And when like the outside is crispy, it makes like a crunch sound, and then on the inside it's juicy. Well, that's exactly how they came out. I posted a picture on social media. And of course, if you're not following me on social media, then you missed out. All right. So, folks, today we've got in our pop quiz, we're going to listen to a little conversation and some vocabulary from our book, Natural English. Natural English is just one of the many materials you can pick up at the Vaughn Tienda. It's vaughntienda.com. And as you know, we've got materials for everybody. I've got 5 books there myself. Yesterday, we looked at the Speak Basketball book. Well, this is a great one to learn natural English. So it gives you all kinds of situations. When you're feeling lucky, when you're out of work, in el paro, you've got it all here. When you're feeling defensive, when you're feeling angry, when you're forgiving someone. And today we're going to talk about dealing with problems. So I want everybody to listen carefully. And then, of course, I've got a job for you, as I always do. Is everybody ready? This is an audio excerpt from Natural English, and it's available exclusively. Well, no, not true. It's available at Amazon. It's available everywhere. But if you want to get it at the source, La Fuente, just go over to vaughntienda.com.
Chapter 96, when talking about problems.
Hablando de problemas. 4 key expressions.
To be in a pickle, to be in a fix, to be in a bind.
Estar en un berenjenal, estar en un aprieto.
To make matters worse.
Empeorar las cosas, para colmo de males.
A first world problem.
Un problema del primer mundo.
A catch-22 situation.
Un callejón sin salida, un círculo vicioso.
More useful English. Vocabulary. Avocado.
Aguacate.
Sunroof.
Techo corredizo.
Cup holder.
Portavasos.
As such.
Como tal.
Pronunciation.
Venenoso se dice.
Poisonous. Common mistake.
Un viaje a Francia no se dice a travel to France, sino
A trip to France. Phrasal verb. To turn out.
resultar que.
Exaggerate. It's just unbelievable.
No lo puedo creer.
What's the matter, Billy? Why do you look so worried?
Oh, Rita, we're in a real pickle.
Oh, God, is it Buster? He's eaten the avocado and mango salad we're going to have for lunch, hasn't he? Avocado is poisonous for dogs. Oh, God, Buster.
No, Buster's fine. And so is the salad. It's something else. It's about the hire car for our trip to France. I really don't know how to break the news to you.
What's wrong? What's the problem?
Well, as you know, cars are my Achilles heel. And you know how excited I was about renting the BMW X5 with a sunroof? Well, it turns out they don't have any with a sunroof. And to make matters worse, they don't have any with the heated and cooled cup holder option. I mean, it's just unbelievable. How are we going to get an all-over tan without a sunroof? And how is my coffee going to stay warm?
Billy, I'm not sure you can really call that a problem as such. Well, maybe a first world problem, but surely we can live without a sunroof and a heated cup holder for a week.
Rita, how do you like your coffee, hot or cold?
Hot?
Then it's a catch-22 situation. You want hot coffee, but there's no option for a heated cup holder. It's decided. I'm canceling the holiday.
All right, there you go, folks. Dealing with problems, and as they said, first world problems. You know, it's like when somebody says to me, oh man, I can't believe it. I've only got 20% left on my phone battery and I'm running out. Estoy quedando sin ello, me está agotando. And I say, okay, I feel for you and all that, but first world problems, problemas del primer mundo, like, you know, save the drama for your mama. I love that one. That's one of my favorite idiomatic expressions. All right, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little audio excerpt. It's straight out of one of our awesome materials, Natural English, tu guía definitiva del inglés natural. It's available at the Von Tienda. It's vontienda.com. Don't forget our main website is grupovon.com. grupovon.com. And over there, you can find out all about our courses, upcoming events, such as the trivia night, openings. We just opened a center in Las Tablas. So lots of news there. And I think the best way to stay in the loop, estar al tanto, is to follow us on social media. Follow Vaughn, follow me. I know just this morning when I was lying in bed, I picked up my phone and I started, doing a couple quizzes that I shared with you guys. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll have quizzes. If you follow me on Instagram, I post more like my life in stories. But as always, I use it as an excuse to teach English. So we learned the word chicken strips, right? We learned breading, for example, right? To crush or to smush, aplastar, right? Those words are onomatopoeic. All right, amigos, here's what I've got for you. 3 different things you've got to give me. If you're participating live, well, you can do it live. If not, jot it down and see if you were close. The first one, and again, as always, what I want you guys to do is give me your example. Vuestro ejemplo. Okay? So, think of the last time you were en un apuro. O un momento en el futuro que ya puedes prever. You can foresee that you're going to be in. No lo voy a decir. Jeje, lo tienes que decir tú. Estoy en un apuro. Pero bueno, ponlo como tú quieras. Personalize it. How would Laura say, when was the last time you were in un apuro? And this way, it's not just a random example from a translation book. It's really your example from your life, and you've already associated it. Believe me, I can tell you as somebody who's been learning a language his whole life, the importance of personalizing the language and thinking, when would Alberto Alonso use this idiomatic expression? So that's number 1. Estoy en un apuro or estaba en un apuro. You can say it however you want. The next one, un círculo vicioso, un callejón sin salida. I think you also say pez que se muerde la cola. So a situation where there's just no way to win. You're damned if you do. Ahí tienes una forma de decirlo. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Maldito, no, estás maldito o maldicionado. I don't know how you say that. Si lo haces, o sea, jodido. Te lo traduzco, I'll put it in the vernacular. Estás jodido si lo haces y estás jodido si no lo haces. So, the lesser of two evils. Sounds like the American elections. Oops. Oops, did I just say that out loud? Yes, I did. We've always got Dumb and Dumber to choose from. A country full of really smart people. Not all of them. And we always seem to get Dumb and Dumber, dos tontos muy tontos, as our candidates. Really exciting. Really exciting. I love my country. I do not love the people who represent it. See? You can love your country without loving the idiots in charge. And I don't mean Republican or Democrat or social. I think they're all idiots. And I think they're all just looking out for their own shit, right? Right? I mean, it's obvious. It's blatantly obvious, como decimos. Okay, and the last one was an expression that came up in the conversation, and it was y encima, y el colmo. ¿Y quieres oír lo peor? You know, that would be like the translation, ¿no? Y como si no pudiera ser peor la situación, pasó esto. Right? So the thing you would say when you said y encima, y vas a decir algo hasta un peor. Right? The cherry on top, la guinda. Which obviously that can be a positive or a negative thing. The icing on the cake, the cherry on top, it all depends on how you personalize it. So there you go. The first one is, tell us the last time you were in un apuro, of course, in your best English. The other one, para el colmo de los males. Well, that was the third one. The second one, so the third one was el colmo de los males. And the other one is a situation which you just can't see a way out. There's no easy way out. Reminds me of the song from Rocky IV. There ain't no easy way out. Ain't no shortcut home. I love that. Oh, man. I'm an 80s kid. I've got to say I'm an 80s kid. Well, if you enjoyed that audio, you can get this book, Natural English, over at grupovon.com. Remember, if you're looking to get some books as Christmas presents, which I think it's a great present for your fellow classmates. If you guys, I don't know how well you know each other outside of here, but if you're thinking of getting each other some gifts, well, I think you found the place. You can even send it to their house. You don't even have to get it and then send it to them. So you've got tons of options. It's all over at vontienda.com. And the audio we listened to today was from the book Natural English, Tu Guía Definitiva del Inglés Natural. I see we've got a lot of people joining us today, and I'm excited because today we're going to hear from all of you guys. That's right. Let me see. How many people participated? Let's see. I think it's our record. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 students, 12 show with no namers have participated in our question of the week. And this week we're looking at something that I think is exciting. You know, sometimes we look at more depressing things, more profound, but I think today's is fun. I mean, when do you feel the most alive? You know, what moment of the day, what time of year, what season, when you're with what person, when do you feel the most alive? You know, when I feel like it's that feeling when you're like, where you gasp. To gasp is where you gasp for extra air because the situation takes my breath away. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Take my breath away. Oh, yeah, we're going to sing today. We're going to play. We've got so many challenges up ahead on today's show. But right now, I can't believe it. We've got to go to a quick commercial break, amigos. Time really does fly when you're having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope you're learning. I see that you're participating, so that's great news. We've got so much to do today, including our question of the week, where we're going to hear from your fellow classmates. We've also got a Say What soundbite. I think it's going to be relatively easy today. We've got homophones. We've got double trouble. I mean, we've got a little bit of everything here on the show with no name. And most of all, you are going to have fun and learn. So, folks, you know how it works. I need your help. Everybody do it with me. If you don't learn any phrasal verb here on this show, You need to at least learn no te muevas, estate quieto, ahí quieto. How do we say it? 3, 2, 1, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. And don't forget to listen to all our programs here on the show. I was going to say on the show, on the app, I should say. You can listen to all your favorite shows. The Probo Show with Rob Grams. Oh, yeah. You've got The Salad with Dave Boyce. Don't forget about Drive Time with the one and only Canadian killer Kyle Miller. And don't forget, nobody wants to hear your excuses, especially not Fitz, on his masterclass every morning. No excuses. And if you want a bit of banter, un poco de cháchara, you want to hear what we sound like when you're not listening, that's Rob and Andy and their antics in the Lunchtime Show. All of those are available on the Vaughn Radio app. So even if you can't tune in live, or you miss a show, you miss the live stream, you've got the Vaughn Radio app. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. And the answer to today's Double Trouble Challenge is...
Otra vez. Mira que me encanta Vaughan Radio. Es una radio súper útil y variada. No solo aprendo inglés, sino que también aprendo un montón de curiosidades con Richard, Ruby, Kyle and Company. Lo único es que de repente la recepción la pierdo en el coche y me frustra un montón, porque estoy súper enganchado a esta radio.
No te frustres, Lucas.
¿Me oyes?
Claro que sí, te escuchamos. No te pierdas ni un minuto más de tus programas favoritos de Vaughan Radio con nuestra app gratuita. Solo tienes que buscar Vaughan Radio en donde te descargas tus apps favoritos. Y ¡voilà! Ya estás conectado a Vaughan 24/7, 365.
Vaya. Ostras, no sabía que existía la app. Me la voy a descargar ahora mismo. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
De nada. Hasta luego, Lucas. Acuérdate, además puedes descargar tus English Classes diarios de Vaughan Radio en todas las plataformas de podcast. Never miss a beat with the Vaughn Radio app. That's right, amigos. That's right. Download it now. This way you don't forget and you never get caught out there. Desprevenido. Folks, it's time for the Say What soundbite. Yeah, yeah.
Say what? What?
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, yeah. Say what, say what, say what? 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 Huh? Get out of here. Get out of town. Calla. I love that one. Get out of town. Acuérdate, el out of para nosotros es outa. You're out of your mind. Get out of here. Get out of town. Out of. ¿Tú crees que la F es importante ahí? Yo te digo que no. Get out of here. Nadie lo dice. Es O sea, quitan la F. Get out of. Of es of. Pues quitamos el sonido V, que realmente es una F. Get out of here. You're pulling my leg. I want you to pay attention to those little nuances, amigos. And what better place to hear those than in our Say What soundbite, where we hear from a wide range of native people, all kinds of accents, every situation under the sun. All right, amigos. As always, this is a section it's probably on the more challenging side compared to all the other sections. But today, I think it's going to be relatively easy. So let's see what you guys come up with. You have two jobs. Well, one job, pay attention. But then after that, you've got two jobs. One, tell me what you heard in your best English. Impress me with it. And number two, tell me everything. I want you to tell me word for word what this person said. Here we go. This is the Say What soundbite for the first time.
Well, money talks and bullshit walks. Yeah. I'm fast company here. Hey, take a look over there. See that man? Pay him money. All right? They let me out. Okay? I'll be anything you want. Your aunt, your uncle, your sister, your cousin, your brother-in-law, anything. All right?
All right. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. I'll give it to you again. I'll just give you a second to jot it down. Well, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to jot it down. Is everybody ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. The Say What soundbite for the second time.
Well, money talks and bullshit walks. Yeah. I'm fast company here. Hey, take a look over there. See that man? Pay him money. All right? They let me out. Okay? I'll be anything you want. Your aunt, your uncle, your sister, your cousin, your brother-in-law, anything. All right?
All right, folks. And while you're thinking that through, let me tell you a little bit about Vaughn Groups. Do you know about Vaughn Groups? Well, I'm going to tell you all about them. They are group English classes that you can do via video conference or in person. And the good news is you can start whenever you want. And you can keep the same timetable, teacher, and classmates throughout the whole course. And the best part, there's no strings attached. Sin compromiso. And if you act now, you can get a 5% discount for paying up front. And if you stick with the course for 6 months, you'll get a 50% discount in June. Wow, what a deal! As if you needed more reasons to learn English with Vaughn. Check out our Vaughn Groups. Have fun and make friends as you learn English. Sign up now while there are still spots available. Call us 911-385831. Or you can go to our website, grupovaughn.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media and find out if Vaughn Groups are for you. That's right, folks. More information over at grupovaughn.com. That's our website. Check it out. All right, let's see. I've got a lot of students here on board, ready to rock, participating in our different challenges. Let's see who's in the house. There's Salva. We're going to hear from Salva today in our question of the week. What's up, Salva? Great to have you on board. David, there he is. He says, good morning, Alberto and mates. Hello to you, David, and welcome. There's Vicky. Hello, Vicky. Welcome aboard. Born to Iron Man says, morning, friends. Morning to you, good sir. Marisol in the house. She says, good, happy Friday, everyone. I just came from a Pilates class, and I like it. Although it comes with, te falta un it ahí, although it comes with a chatterbox woman. Te doy un totally native, a chatterbox, bocaza. She doesn't I'm a chatterbox. In fact, I won in my yearbook, el libro este de donde ponen las fotos, I won class chatterbox. I'm not kidding. And now I talk all day. That's my, So who's a nice person, but occasionally disrupts the class. Oh, well, you know what, Marisol, it's like you can apply that to any teacher. The teacher's such an important vehicle. You're right. The difference is, are you riding around in a Renault 5 learning English, or are you riding around in style learning English? I mean, if you have the choice, why not? All right, so Marisol, welcome aboard to you. There's Elena. We're going to hear from Elena as well today. She says, good morning, everyone, and it's Friday. Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. I like it. Laura, what's up? Good morning, she says. Lovely and lively show with no namers. Let's grab the bull by the horns. Oh, yeah. There's Chris Valrol. She says, hi. Hi, Chris. What's cooking? Good looking. Que se cuece, guapos. Don't worry. You'll see Alberto in a few seconds. Oh, yeah, guys. I'm right here. Here I am. I'm not going anywhere. Let's see. I see you guys are having conversations among each other over here. Let me scroll down. I got to get to the meaty stuff, guys. La chicha. Las participaciones here. Elena, there we go. Elena says, when he asked me, this is the pop quiz here. Great, Elena, first one to participate. Let's see how she did. When he asked me to tell the truth, I got between a rock and a hard place. Just a little adjustment, un ajuste, a little tweak. I was. Lo emplearía con el verbo ser o estar. So when he asked me to tell the truth, I was between a rock and a hard place. To be between a rock and a hard place is to be in a difficult situation. I'll take it, Elena. It's a great one. Number 2, I can't get a job because I don't have experience. And I can't have any work experience without a job. That's a catch-22. And you know what, Elena? That's the example I use too. Great. Elena, you have been doing a wonderful job lately. And she finishes it off saying, and to top it all off, y encima, I broke up with my boyfriend. Well, hey, at least you broke up with him, right? Instead of him dumping you. I guess that makes it a little better. Excellent job. Wow. Elena, impressive. Excellent. Let's see. Who else? Chris Valrol taking a stab at it. She says, I was in a pickle. Excellent. To be in a pickle. My daughter loves pickles. I call her Princess Pickles. So I was in a pickle when I had to go to Madrid and my train was delayed. Lovely. The next one. She says, this is an, careful, Chris, this is a dead-end relationship. Como empieza con de, no es an, sino a, el artículo. This is a dead-end relationship. Callejón sin salida. And to make things worse, she's pregnant. Excellent. So, to be in a pickle, estar en un pepinillo. To be in a bind, otra forma de decirlo. To be in a jam, piensa, a traffic jam, que es un atasco, no? Well, I'm in a jam. Can you help me out? So to be in a pickle, to be in a jam, right? To be up against, with my back against the wall, right? I'm up against the wall here. Same idea there, right? I'm between a rock and a hard place. Great. The second one we said is a dead end relationship, right? Also, we call it a catch-22, as we said before, catch-22. That means no matter which way you look at it, it's still a 2, right? A catch-22. So excellent job. And to make things worse, it's perfect, but we have another one that's like a frase hecha. To make matters worse. No, la doble M ahí. And to make matters worse, ¿y quieres oír el totally native? To add insult to injury. And to add insult to injury, o sea, añadir un insulto a una lesión. Es como ya es el colmo, ¿no? Peor no puede. The other day we looked at as good as it gets, mejor imposible. Well, this is the opposite. And to make things worse, and to make matters worse, right? Great job, everybody. I'm impressed. There's Fabio in the house. Fabio says, hello, Double A in the house. Eager to learn. Glad to hear it, Fabio. You came to the right place, early bird. There's Ricardo. Ricardo says, when I tried to pay the bill, I noticed I was in a pickle. Very good. My wallet had flown. Well, wallets don't fly. I would say I dropped my wallet, lo tiré, like that. I dropped it, or it fell out of my pocket, perhaps. But wallets don't fly, pero te entiendo, okay? My wallet dropped, or I dropped my wallet, sería más común esa estructura, and to add insult to injury, ahí lo tienes, Ricardo. My friend did not have a penny, so you guys were broke. Or broke as a joke, as we say. All right, excellent job. Let's see, Laura. Laura's participating. She says, I need to get to a very important meeting, and my car just broke down. I'm in a pickle. Laura, I hope it's not based on a true story, even though I told you to personalize it. Great job. Great job. And then she says, I need to have a car to get this job, but I don't have enough money yet to buy one. It's a catch-22 situation. Yeah. You can say it's a catch-22 or it's a catch-22 situation. Yo, honestamente lo digo sin el situation. But it's up to you. Just so you know, you have options. And the last one, Laura, and to make matters worse, I think I'm coming down with Buenísimo. Totally native. Enfermando. You guys are on fire today. enfermando. I think I'm coming down with something. Apúntate esta. Más en el invierno ahora. Right? I think I'm coming down with... Me estoy poniendo malo. So excellent. She says, I think I'm coming down with the flu. Wonderful job. Excellent. Wonderful, wonderful. I couldn't ask for a better job in today's pop quiz. Now let's see what you guys got in the Say What soundbite. Where's this person from? What are they talking about? What's going on? Let's see. The first person to participate is Elena. Elena, I've been feeling your magic lately. Don't think I haven't noticed. I've noticed it. You are kicking ass and taking names, Elena. And I'm proud of you, and I can guarantee, I'll bet my bottom dollar that all the rest of your classmates are proud of you too. So keep up the great work. And when I say that, I mean it to all of you, but from time to time, I like to, choose one student and say, hey, I noticed. And I imagine that's more fuel for you to keep going. Más fuel, right? So excellent stuff. She says, an American man taking pride in being the best company out there. And also a man who is apparently willing to sell their soul just to be released. Excellent job, Elena. Wonderful. Wunderbar. All right, Chris Valrol says, I heard an American man, maybe an actor. Yes. I could hear clearly an expression that means the situation requires money. Absolutely. By hook or by crook. Como sea. Excellent expression. Guys, you are on fire today. And he's ready to do or be whatever it takes. Haga lo que, requiera lo que requiera, right? Whatever it takes. Excellent job, Chris. There's Laura. She says, it sounded like an excerpt from an American movie in which one of the characters is saying that if you give him money, he will be whatever you want him to be. Money talks and bullshit walks. Excellent job, Laura. And you even got that idiomatic expression over there. Wonderful job. Excellent job there. Laura, Chris, all of you who participated, I've got to say, I am totally impressed. Keep up the great work. But right now, we've got to move on. In fact, we'll start the section now because we've got so many people to hear from in this week's Question of the Week.
Question of the Week.
That's right, folks. It's our question of the week here on the show with no name. And thank you again, guys, because I know it takes time. It takes effort to participate. And many of you, this is not your first rodeo. Como decimos en inglés, no es tu primer rodeo. No, Wee-ha! It's not your first rodeo. You've done it before and you're getting better. So keep up the great work. The first person we're going to hear from today, I did it in the order I got them. So this is my student, Carmen, and she is an avid skydiver. And she's just an amazing person. So I'm sure she'll have something interesting today. To say today when we take a look at our question of the week. So this is Carmen telling us when she feels the most alive.
Hi, I have a bunch of experiences that make me feel the most alive. And I want to start with one experience I lived in a sanctuary when the guide let me hug a koala. It made me feel so excited that I started to shake. I felt really alive when I was feeling a little bear that I used to see only on TV. There's another experience that makes me feel alive, and it is when I'm at the pier and jump in the water with both feet. Yes, I know it's an expression. And the fresh salt water embraces me when I dive through the waves and I start laughing.
All right. Excellent job, Carmen. I got to say, too, Carmen lives near the beach in Canarias. So, and I know what you mean, Carmen. Not about the koala. I've never had the chance to hug a koala. I would love to hug a koala. In fact, you know what my daughter and I call each other when we give each other a hug? Who's my little koala? You're my papi koala, my daddy koala. So I don't have a koala, but I do. And she said she felt so alive in that moment. It was surreal that she was hugging an animal that she'd only seen in David Attenborough documentaries on the BBC. So excellent job, Carmen. Just be careful. It's a common mistake, that EX in English. Excited, extravagant, extra. Apunta esto en tus apuntes. EKS. Porque a veces decimos exciting. Right? What's another one? I'm not thinking of good examples here, but that K is very important. So es como decir, siempre cuando vemos el example, es EKS en tu cabeza. Also, it's a tough word, sanctuary. Remember that la T y la U, future, nature, sanctuary, natural. La más difícil es situación. Dilo. Situación. How do you say situación in English? Situation? Seguro que lo has dicho. Situation. No, it's situation. Situation. De hecho, lo recortamos a what's the sitch? What's the sitch? ¿Cuál es la situación? La información. And there's a really cool song for my rock and rollers out there. If you like Motley Crue, it's the same old situation. Sitch. It's the same old situation. It's a great song. Same old situation, and maybe to help you remember that we don't say situation, but that is probably one of the most mispronounced words out there. So make a list. There's some homework for you. Make a list, 2 lists. You can make one with the words that are EX y acordando, practicándolos en tu cabeza diciendo, explain it to me. No, explain. El error, explain. O sea, estás diciendo ES, pero ¿qué si pones una K entre ellas? Explain. ¿Ves? Now we got it perfect. Explain it. So cógete una lista. You can just Google English words, common English words, porque hay muchas, common English words with EX prefix or, beginning, starting with EX, well, however you want to Google it. And then you can go down the list. Experience. Mira, esa la dices en una entrevista. I have a lot of experience. It's a common mistake. I want to hear those Ks as those X's. And then she gave us an amazing, and the other list is la T y la U. Future, nature. Make a list and practice that. And she gave us an idiomatic expression, but also it's one of her favorite things. And that's when you jump off a pier, no? Un muelle. And you jump in with both feet. You jump into the water. And to jump in with both feet means to not hesitate. No dudar. Folks, we've got to go to a quick commercial break right now. I can't believe it. Time is flying by. We are halfway through the show. And we've got a lot of stuff still to come. So, you know how this works, my amigos. We'll be right back with tons more Show with No Name. So, stick around. Nice job, amigos. And thanks for learning and laughing with us here every day on the Show with No Name. Newsflash. We interrupt our regularly scheduled program to bring you this breaking news. Attention all show with no namers. As of January 2024, the Show with No Name live stream will be available exclusively to my patrons. If you'd like to continue to watch the show daily and participate in real time, join us at patreon.com/Alberto Alonso. And what is Patreon, you may ask? Well, as many of you know, I've been teaching for over 20 years. I've taught all kinds of people, from famous folks to young kids. And with a background in acting, I love communication. I have a radio show that's been on the air for 15 years and a very successful podcast called FYI. I've also written 5 books and have appeared on numerous TV and radio programs. But the thing I'm most proud of is this curious community on Patreon that we are creating every day together. And I really think you should join us. For as little as €3 a month, you can have access to Show with No Name live stream daily. Every week you can get a bonus episode of FYI. Also PDFs so you can follow the podcast. And the moment you sign up, you'll have access to an archive of over 1,000 posts. You'll also get early access to all my content. And a new feature, a chat, so you can have direct access to me and your fellow students. And most of all, you'll be a part of a curious community of people just like you, English explorers. Consider joining us on Patreon for as little as €3 a month, and you'll get access to so many English resources. And I highly recommend you sign up for a yearly membership. This way you make a commitment and you'll also save 10%. And don't take my word for it. Just ask some of my interstellar students.
I've already improved my pronunciation, and as a consequence, I've gained a lot of confidence in my speaking. Thanks to our weekly review class and our monthly masterclass, where, by the way, to top it off, we have a lot of fun. In a nutshell, if you are willing to better your English, and much more, in a fun way, you won't regret it if you join us.
Alberto is a passionate teacher, an excellent communicator, and what I think is key, he's able to put himself in the student's shoes. He's always willing to help. You'll have access to a wide range of topics every week, bonus content, vocabulary receipts, weekly review classes, monthly master classes, and so on. I think it's much more than just learning English. So go to Patreon, have a look around, and give it a try.
Because it has helped me keep my English in check and improve my language skills in the most fun way, because his podcast is really entertaining and fun, and so are the classes that we have afterwards to revise and go over the vocabulary and just discuss interesting topics. So if you're considering becoming a Patreon, don't hesitate, because that's a great way to improve your English.
We now return you back to your regularly scheduled program. So what are you waiting for? Learn and laugh with us in our curious community over on patreon.com/Alberto Alonso. See you there. Hey amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the second half of today's Show with No Name. This is part 3. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. We are flying through today's show. And we're going to hear from many more students in just a moment. But don't forget, you got amazing programs all afternoon here on Vaughn Radio, amigos. You've got the one and only Ximena Holiday up next with Test Your English, where she'll put you and Nacho to the test. And don't forget to tune in to Drive Time with Kyle Miller. He's got all sorts of challenges on his show as well. The best way to stay in the loop is to download the Vaughn Radio app, and this way you can take us wherever. You can take us on the go. You might be going away this weekend. We'll come with you. We fit in your pocket. Isn't that awesome? Vaughn Radio in your pocket. And if you have our books, remember our books come with audio. So you don't just have, something to read when you're on the train or on the plane or on the bus or whatever, but you've got something to listen to, which is essential when it comes to English, amigos. I mean, listening is always the first step, as you guys know. And I can attest to that with my daughter. She spent 2 years, 2 whole years just listening, just immersed in English. And finally, after 2 years, now you can't stop her. She is a chatterbox like her dad. And you know where you can get that experience? At our one and only unique experience, because it's not a course, it's an experience. It's Vaughn Town. Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughn Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughn Town, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovaughn.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughn Town. More information at our website, grupovaughn.com. Folks, it's time for another challenge. It's Homophones on the Show with No Name. Homophones on the Show with No Name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the Show with No Name. The Show with No Name. Homophones on the Show with No Name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the Show with No Name. 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 That's right, amigos. It's homophones only on the Show with No Name. And let's see what our words are today. I expect you to know both of these words. They're very common words. Now, the question is, A, do you know them? And B, do they sound the same? And the first one is something you put in your drink, something that happens when water freezes. It turns into hielo. Yellow. How are you? Yellow. No, not the color yellow. I mean hielo in Spanish. All right. And the second word is ojos. So hielo and ojos. Two very common words. I expect you to know both of them. Hielo and ojos are the two words. What are those words? And do they sound exactly the same or not? Also, I've got to give you the Say What soundbite here. This is the third listen, so everybody jot down what you hear.
Well, money talks and bullshit walks. Yeah. Fast company here. Hey, take a look over there. See that man? Pay him money. All right? They let me out. Okay, I'll be anything you want. Your aunt, your uncle, your sister, your cousin, your brother-in-law, anything, all right?
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. And in the meantime, we're going to hear from the lovely Laura in this week's Question of the Week.
Hi, Alberto. Hi, everyone. It's Laura. So, when do I feel the most alive? I usually feel the most alive whenever I'm in nature. And it can be just taking a stroll on a beach, or going for a walk in the mountains, or just admiring a beautiful landscape or gazing at a sunset. And if I'm doing that with someone I love or care for, even more. The connection with nature, being surrounded by it, listening to its sounds like the waves breaking softly on the sand, the wind rustling the leaves on the trees, the smell of the grass, feeling the breeze on your face. The awesomeness of nature activates and boosts all of my senses and makes me feel the most alive. What about you? I'm curious to know. Bye-bye, everyone.
All right, Laura, fantastic job. Laura, that was poetic. Now, why is it good to know a lot of vocabulary? Laura just showed us why it's good to know a lot of vocabulary, because she was able to express herself perfectly. The rustling of the leaves. I mean, there were tons of adjectives. It was so descriptive. And obviously, the more words you know, the more you can describe exactly how you feel. And Laura, I think you really conveyed it very well. Lo transmitiste. And I love what you said, connecting with nature or connecting to nature. They're both correct. A lot of people say, I'm going to go to nature. I'm going to go out to the countryside this weekend to disconnect. But I could swear we do it to reconnect with what's important. So don't let them fool you. What we need to disconnect from is the matrix. What we should reconnect with is nature. And excellent job, Laura. You made me feel like taking a stroll myself. So wonderful job. You always express yourself beautifully, and a wonderful choice of words. Let's hear from another person who expresses herself beautifully. It's your classmate, Maria Jose.
Hi there, it's Maria Jose from Valencia. When do I feel alive? With every brand new day that starts, I feel bubbly, because for me, it's another chance to learn, to do things better. You know, you live and learn. I also enjoy a storm when I can make it to spend some quality time with my family. That's to say, family bonding time, hiking, eating out, watching a movie together. And your rap song, Alberto, makes me shake, shake, shake my booty. Thank you, it's awesome. And when I tune into whichever Vaughan program, live or on iVox, I really feel for the beings, because you, Vaughan team, you, Vaughan guys, are head and shoulder above the rest. Hands down. Thank you. See you.
Wow, Maria Jose. You guys are really trying to impress me today, huh? You're head and shoulders above the rest. Dijo de vosotros un peldaño, no mucho por encima de los demás. You are in a category all of your own, show with no namers. Excellent. Great job. And I love it. You really, Maria Jose, it's actually inspiring to hear you say that. Every day is I feel alive when I wake up. That's the key. That's the important thing, because I know that it's a chance to do something, learn something, experience something. And I've got to say, that's the difference between the people who are living and alive. And also another thing that Maria Jose said, which I found very interesting, is doesn't matter what she's doing. If she's with the right people, she's bonding. And to bond is to forge memories together, right? And so, again, she said it could be taking a walk, it could be a nice dinner, but in the end, the people I'm with, it's so important. And she used a plethora of idiomatic expressions. She said, live and learn, que se aprende algo todos los días. And I think that right there is a reason to spring out of bed. No, not to get out. I didn't say to get out of bed. I said to spring out of bed. So, Maria Jose, thank you. Inspirational, all of you. Ladies, I've got to say, not only are you expressing yourselves beautifully in English, but I've got to say you're also inspiring me, aside from that, aparte de eso. All right, but let's take a look at our homophones. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll take a look at a few more here with our homophones. Now, the first word was hielo, and the second word was ojos. The first person to participate was Daniela, and Daniela says they are not homophones. Fabio says, I think they sound alike. Elena, you're missing a letter there. Chris Valrol says they're not homophones, I think. Laura says they don't sound alike. Interesting. So some say yay and some say nay over here. Well, we're going to solve this once and for all, de una vez y por todas. And I'm going to say the words, and you're going to say them with me. It's really important that you repeat the words with me. The first word is ice. Ice. Can I have some ice? Can I have some ice? Ice. Es una... Ay, corto. No es ice. It's ice. Can I have some ice? It's como, ay, ¿qué ha pasado? It's like that sound. Ay. It's that one. That quick, ay, ¿qué has dicho? Right? My daughter, woo! My daughter's already gotten the woo! Muddy booty. Oh, no. She already sounds like she's got that woo. So it's very different, though, because the American sound is woo, and the Spanish one is woo, ni pensarlo. So similar but different. Because one of them is shock or surprise, like woo, and you touch your chest, right? And the other one is woohoo. That's at a concert. That's when you're excited. So similar, yet so different. So the first word is ice. The second word is eyes. So similar, but so different. That's right. They are not homophones. Daniela, Cristina, Laura. Excellent job. Ice. O sea, the first one is ice. The second one is eyes. And as always, we can rhyme some words with it. So ice. Lice, a word we looked at recently. Unfortunately, in my case, lice is piojos. Lice, rice, right? Mice. Todos tienen esa I corta y la C suena como S. Rice, nice, ice, mice. And the second one is eyes. Now, you notice it's not rápido. Ahora se extiende el I y el sonido S no es S, sino Z. So eyes. Wise, sabio, rise. I'm going to devise a plan. So excellent job. They are not homophones. All right, my amigos. Let's see. We're going to hear from some other students right now. Let's see who is on deck. Por venir. Próximo. We've got Mario.
Hi. I feel the most alive when I'm out of my comfort zone, be it exploring or simply doing something thrilling and challenging, like, for example, climbing. I've been climbing for more than a decade, and I can assure you that pushing yourself and being uncomfortable most of the time makes you better in many ways in the long run. You can develop resilience and great skills while you exercise body, soul, and mind. Traveling and hiking are similar outdoor activities I love doing for the same reason. I truly believe that going off the beaten path drives me on in life, as I see myself as a rebel by nature who won't settle for simple things so easily. So, if I had to give you only one advice in life, I'd say get out there and explore without a hint of hesitation. Don't think about it, just do it, and it will for sure pay off.
Wow, excellent job, Mario. To pay off, dar frutos. He said, don't settle, no te acomodes por cualquier cosa. You know, to settle means to take something less than what you really want. right? So don't settle. Great expressions. And he said, in the long run, which is a la larga, off the beaten path, ir deambular por el camino menos transitado, right? Where you usually find a lot of stuff. So he loves leaving his comfort zone. And that's a great answer because, that's what all of us, everybody could use a little more of that. Nos vendría bien un poco a todos leaving our comfort zone, because that's when they say life starts, when you leave your comfort zone. And Mario, again, wow. You expressed yourself beautifully. And there was a certain calmness in your voice. You didn't sound nervous, and that's so important. Because, of course, we're a little bit nervous, even sometimes when we're speaking our own language, in front of people. But you really took your time. You really, enjoyed your words. You took pauses when they were necessary. But you also put your words together, and you sounded confident. So excellent job, Mario. You really, really knocked it out of the park. Let's see some baseball expressions today, huh? To knock it out of the park, to be on deck, próximo. Well, on deck, we've got the one and only Marisol.
Hi, it's Marisol. What makes me feel most alive is when I challenge myself doing something that I've never done before, or going to places that I've never been. Such as a few years ago, I went to live to Ireland for a while, and then I had to look for a place to live. I had to look for a place to work, how to meet people, how to understand them. I love skipping my comfort zone. I don't like them. It's good to have them, but it doesn't make me feel alive. There I was keeping my bearings, and then I got it. I did it. So feels so good. Full of bliss. I was blissful. Greetings for all of the Showing No Namers. Bye.
Excellent job. Wow, Marisol. Wonderful job. And you're right. Wow, I admire you, Marisol. When I was the younger Alberto would say, you know what? I'm going to just up and leave. I'm going to, uproot las raíces. So if we uproot our lives and go to another city, I did it. Remember, Madrid, many, many, many years ago, I moved here to Madrid, a city I didn't know. I didn't know many people here. And the expression that comes to mind is to throw caution into the wind. To tirar la precaución al viento, como no me sirve de nada la precaución. And it sounds like Marisol is a person who loves to throw caution into the wind. And she agreed with Mario there, and many of you, that life really starts in your comfort zone. But I like, Marisol, how you said that the comfort zone is great too. So it's not that, I don't ever want to be comfortable. That's absurd, isn't it? Right? We want to, half of the reason we work, half of the reason we, do what we do, the sacrifices, is because we want to live comfortably. We don't want to have to, be on the farm all day like our great grandparents out there breaking our backs, right? So there is something to be said about comfort. And if you don't think so, throw away your favorite blanket or your favorite jeans. Oh, okay. But we don't want to live in the comfort zone. We want to know that we've got these little comforts that we can always go back to. Well, I'm going to give you guys my answer, and then we'll do double trouble, and then we'll take another break, and we'll hear from some more people. Plus, we've got famous birthdays. We got a lot of stuff to do, guys. So, but mine, I was thinking long and hard about this one too. But mine is feeling the wind in my hair. I don't have a lot of hair. So right now, I guess, since my head is shaved, it's feeling the wind in my scalp. But it's the same idea. And it's that feeling that I know when I'm feeling the wind in my hair and my scalp, I know, cuero cabelludo, I think you say. When I'm feeling the wind in my hair and my scalp, I know that I'm outside, because normally you're outside, which I love to be outside. and you're usually going fast. So that could be on a bike. That could be on a skateboard. It can be on a snowboard. It can be, on a pair of rollerblades. I mean, you can be running, right? That's up to you. But there's something to be said about feeling the wind on your head and your hair, whatever. I imagine as ladies, it's nice, especially when it's blowing in the wind, because I always associate that feeling with doing something fun, a roller coaster. I went to Portaventura last week. One of the greatest parts of Shambhala, which is an amazing coaster, is when you're sitting there in the station, you're looking at the Mediterranean Sea. And then when you go up the first hill, you're looking at the Mediterranean Sea, and that breeze is going through your hair. And then finally, you go over the hill, and that breeze turns into a fierce wind. So for me, it's feeling the sun on my face. It's a simple thing. But anytime I'm doing it, no matter what I'm doing, it could be a picnic, but feeling the wind on my scalp, because I don't have hair, but feeling the wind in my hair and feeling the sun on my face. I think that is an underrated thing that I think even when you're having a bad day, you ride your bike for 20 minutes, you feel the sun, because we spend a lot of time in front of screens and all that jazz. But we can't underestimate the power of a little stroll, un paseíto. And if you got some nature nearby, some trees, some greenery, well, even better. Or like Carmen, you've got a beach nearby. All right, well, here's today's double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble. That's right, amigos. That's right. It is our double trouble section here on the show with no name. It's time for another challenge. And I hope you guys enjoy these challenges. And you want to know something? Thanks to, I think it was Elena. Maybe I'm wrong. I think, see, my memory fails me here sometimes. We learned part of this expression. We learned half of the double trouble today in our comments section. So what does that mean? It's going to be easy, but it also means I expect you guys to get it, especially because we looked at the second part. So today we've got two idiomatic expressions. Sometimes it's a phrasal verb and an idiomatic expression. Sometimes it's a literal meaning and a phrasal verb. Today it's two idiomatic expressions. And thanks to your classmates, you've already heard the second one. So here it is, folks. This is today's double trouble. Good luck. Toqué fondo y estoy entre la espada y la pared. So the expression is toqué. I hope you never have to use these, by the way. Well, the second one's more common, but I hope you never have to use the first one. So toqué fondo, ¿no? En una situación ya no puedo ir más abajo. Right? Toqué fondo y estoy entre la espada y la pared. I love that idiomatic expression in Spanish. It sounds like, knights, caballeros, and things like that. It sounds almost historic, if you will. Folks, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. Our final one. Oh, my goodness. We got a lot of stuff to do, folks. So we're going to put the pedal to the metal in the fourth and final part of today's show. We'll look at the double trouble, which is toqué fondo y estoy entre la espada y la pared. We've also got famous birthdays. We got to listen to the Say What soundbite. Name that lyric. Man, we've got so much to do. So, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the fourth and final part of today's show with no name on Von Radio. Download our free app and learn English with us all day, every day, for free. Also, you've got a brand new episode of FYI on Kellogg's. That's right, amigos. That's our weekly program, FYI, for your English. It's topic-based. The good thing about that is if you have to do, a lot of times in these speaking exams, you have to talk about a topic for a few minutes. Well, hello, FYI. A few fun facts, some history, some English expressions related to the topic. You put that all into a ball and you call it FYI, baby, for your English. And don't forget, if you haven't rated the show, valóralo, por favor, please. It's a very easy, free way of saying thank you. Believe me, the shows don't just magically come together. There's a lot of work, a lot of thought, a lot of TLC put into it. And most importantly, a lot of effort. So I hope you guys enjoy it. The same effort I put into everything I do, my books and this program, The Show with No Name on Von Radio. All right, we've got a lot to do, so let's get everything out of the way here. The first thing we need to do is listen to our Say What soundbite for the fourth and final time. So I don't think anybody's gotten it yet. We'll find out. Here's your last chance.
Well, money talks and bullshit walks. Yeah. I'm fast company here. Hey, take a look over there. See that man? Pay him money. All right? They let me out. Okay? I'll be anything you want. Your aunt, your uncle, your sister, your cousin, your brother-in-law, anything. All right?
All right, amigos. Now, we're going to take a look at some more amigos who are participating in our question of the week. But first, we need to solve our double trouble. Let's see. We've got a few students who are participating here in the double trouble section. And let's see what we've got. The first person to participate here is Chris Valrol. And I have a hunch, una corazonada, that she's got it here. Chris says, I hit rock bottom and I'm between a rock and a hard place. Excellent job, Chris. That's right. I hit rock bottom. Toqué fondo. I hit rock bottom. The great thing about the verb hit, ¿cómo se conjuga? Hit, hit, hit. Y let. Y set. Y put, que son verbos muy comunes, de nada, que no hay que conjugar nada. Put. Even though I'm not responsible for that, but some irregular verbs don't change. So that's also cost. How much did it cost? It cost $20 yesterday. It costs $20 today. But it's these are verbs that do not change. There's probably a list, I would say maybe about 10 of them. But once you learn them, you just remember you don't have to learn them if you get what I'm saying there. So Chris says, I hit rock bottom. Piensa en un pozo, a well. No, está, no, en la parte de abajo es la piedra. So I hit rock bottom and I'm between a rock and a hard place. And as you guys know, a rock is algo duro, and a hard place es un sitio duro. So, mire donde mire, es una situación o cosa dura. Excellent job, Chris. Also, Daniela, I hit rock bottom, and I'm between a rock and a hard place. Excellent job. Also, Laura. The ladies are on fire today. Excellent job, ladies. All right, let's go back to our question of the week. I've got to say, I love hearing from you guys. And right now, we're going to hear from Kubla.
Sup, it's Kubla. Without a doubt, when I'm in communion with the Holy Spirit. It takes place when I feel aligned to the stars and the astral king in the early morning hours on Sunday. That quietness and silence help me find peace of mind and harmony all over. It's a connection of the spirit and the physical matter, taking me beyond the mundane existence of a human being. I can sense how my batteries get charged as I read down an internet article or catch up with the news. Monday to Friday, I work in an office where decibels can get awful high. So when the weekend comes, I seek solitude and feel like a duck to water. Keep it down. Stay safe. Thank you.
All right. Great job, buddy. Wow. So Kubla, you work in an office that's got a high decibel level, and you listen to a radio show that's got a high decibel level as well. The show with no name. I get you, man. In fact, it reminds me of the song Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode. All I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here in my arms. Words are very unnecessary. They can only do harm. Enjoy the silence. Yeah, I get it. I don't work in a very busy, loud office, but my daughter's decibel level can get pretty high. And then you get a couple of them together, and I get a splitting headache. A splitting headache is a way you say a very, uno muy fuerte, ¿no? Dolor de cabeza estos que no puedes con ello. So great, Kubla, Sundays. And he's saying when he can have a spiritual connection. Yeah, I know many people who start their weekend days. It's hard during the week because we have to work. As he said, we're just running the rat race. But on the weekends, it's great to take some time to reflect, to meditate. Something I used to do, and I was taught to do this in school, in university. And it was just a great thing. And I don't know if you've heard it. It could be a real simple thing, but it's great. If you have a minute, lie down, okay? Lie down. You can lie down on the floor. It's only a couple minutes. And what you have to do is you start at the top of your head and you go down to the tips of your toes, and you go in order, and you tense your scalp. You start with your scalp. Hemos visto esta palabra dos veces hoy ya. Scalp, cuero cabelludo. And you tighten it, lo apretas, and then you relax it. And then you go down and you do it to your face muscles, and you do it to your neck and your shoulders. And each one, you tense it on purpose, to know what it feels like to tense it, and then you let it go. And then and what you're doing literally is doing inventory of your body. You are telling, your body, okay, we're going to relax one by one here. We're going to get the muscles we're going to constrict them and then consciously relax them one by one. And it's incredible. And it's interesting because everybody holds this. Another thing I learned some really interesting things that we all hold stress in different places. That's why my wife has problems with her upper back, and I have problems with my waist or whatever. Everybody's got lower back, lumbar, depending on also what you do for a living, but there's some genetics in there, a little bit of everything. So excellent job. Wonderful. Next, we're going to hear from another fellow classmate. It's David.
Hello, Alberto. It's David, your student that sometimes gets here the first. I'm 47 and I'm from La Llagosta, a small town near Barcelona. One thing that I like about your show is the music and rhythm in every section. I also love your enthusiasm and energy. My English level is low, but I like listening to English, and I have decided to listen to Radio Vaughan as much as possible. I am a mechanic and I listen to your show while working. My favorite section is spelling bee, and I see that I'm getting better. My girlfriend Sylvia has helped me write this audio. She's a teacher too. Thank you for listening, and I'm ready to rock.
Excellent job, David. Wow. You sounded cool, calm, and collect. Sonabas tranquilito, todo bajo control. And shout out to Silvia. What a great gal. Que chica más buena you've got by your side there, David. And great job. Just a couple adjustments. Radio or radio? All we hear is, sing it, Radio Gaga. Favorite o favorite. Eso es. Entonces, ¿qué vemos? Tenemos que repasar, David, la A, the hard A, la que suena como la letra A, right? So, play, day, radio, favorite es el A, el que es A, and you got it. But you sounded great. You were really, you sounded calm, and I think that's important. Remember this: if you sound like this when you're going to make everybody nervous. Okay, that's my job as the teacher who's frenetic. You guys need to take a deep breath, and I see many of you have done that. Excellent job. And just be careful. One little pronunciation thing as well, David. No helped, sino helped. So, la ed, quitas esa ed y en tu cabeza quiero que veas una T sola. Helpt. Helped. Okay? And look at that. We just found out that Chris and David don't live too far from each other. The world's a handkerchief. No, no se dice eso. Es un pañuelo. No. We don't say the world's a handkerchief. We say it's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. All right, folks, it's time to hear from the lovely Elena.
Hello, Alberto. Hello, classmates. The first thing that came to mind when you asked the question was undoubtedly going running. I'm convinced it's the one thing that keeps me going and gives me the energy to go through my everyday life. I feel so good, so alive. It gives me such a rush of adrenaline. I mean, it changes my mindset. It really calms my anxiety and allows ideas to come to me while I'm running. So in other words, it's an excellent way of coping with the, so to say, tough time. The landscape's also second to none. I run along the river and through the forest. So, I mean, what else can you ask for? Anyway, have a great day, folks. See ya.
Excellent job. Wow. You know what's great about that? You made me want to join you. I'm serious. I wanted to, and the other day I said it to my wife. I don't remember where we were. I think it was in Barcelona, and somebody was running, Barcelona by Salou. And somebody was running, and I said, oh, damn it. I thought about how much I missed running. And that goes with what I had to say a little bit. And what you said there, and I thought it was quite interesting, is that feeling when, your heart's pumping, your adrenaline's rushing through your veins, and you feel like you're on top of the world. And I truly, truly miss running. Lo echo de menos muchísimo. I truly miss it. So enjoy it for me. Enjoy it for me, Elena. All right. Next up, we've got Nuria.
Hi there, Alberto and friends. I hope you're doing well. This is Nuria, and as for this week's question, well, I'd like to mention first that at the age of 20, I thought I'd follow in my mom's footsteps as a tailor. Little did I know that my future would be very different. That is, taking care of people with some kind of disease or disability. In this job, every day it's a new day, and there's always a lesson to be learned. It's the capacity to overcome adversity, the love, the appreciation, the humility they give me that makes me feel the most alive. It's a small tax for a huge reward. Quote unquote, sharing is caring. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Nuria, what a beautiful, heartfelt message. Desde el corazón. She said she thought she was going to follow in her folks' footsteps, right? En los pasos in their footsteps, and become a tailor. But then she ended up working with people, taking care of people who needed her. And there's nothing like that feeling of knowing that you're helping somebody and your presence to them is important. You know, they care. You matter to them. Because now, you know, you walk into a restaurant, nobody says hello. You know, people are kind of living in their own world. And that's not the world I want to live in. As Nuria said, and quite beautifully, sharing is caring. So thank you for sharing that with us, Nuria. Who's up next? And I hate to rush, guys, but we don't want to run out of time. We've got the lovely Anix.
Morning there. This is Anix. The moment that makes me feel alive the most is when I'm commuting, maybe. Smelling those flowers reminds me that there are people dying around me and I can say I'm still alive. Joking. I love hiking, so when I'm at the top of the mountain, looking at the views, spending time with loved ones, looking back at the path I walked, it's really cool. Even though I'm out of breath, but it's really nice. It makes me feel really alive. Bye bye, guys.
Oh, I'm still alive. Excellent job. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. I've got to say, you guys have really outdone yourselves today. Lo habéis hecho genial. I'm so proud of all of you. And I agree with all of you, too, on what the important things are, what the things that make us alive should be. All right, let's hear from Salva.
Hi, Alberto and classmates. This is Salva from Valencia. When do I feel more alive? Well, to answer that question, firstly, let me put you in the picture. My wife and I have a very tight schedule. I get up every morning at 6:15. And the first thing I do is to get the physical exercise out of the way. I do 100 burpees, but Salva, what the hell is a burpee? Well, a burpee is a push-up and a jump. 1, a push-up and a jump. 2, push-up and a jump. 3, 100 of them non-stop. And then a cold shower is waiting for me. This routine makes me feel alive. You cannot do it in a half-assed way. You have to be 100% connected to the present moment. As Mark Twain said, if you have a life frog for breakfast, nothing worse will happen to you during the day. This routine is my life frog for breakfast. And afterwards, I feel more positive, full of beans, and ready to take the heat. That's all, my friends. Take care.
All right. I don't know what happened there, Salva. Just be careful, guys. Make sure you record, because I saw it too when I put it into the program at halfway through, like it went into mono. So I don't know what happened there, but guys, just be careful with that, because obviously we couldn't hear that last part as much. And Salva, it's true. It's so important, the way we start our day. A couple other people have mentioned that today as well. It is crucial that we start our day on the right foot. All right, and we're going to wrap up with, last but certainly not least, Chris Valrol.
Morning, show no namers. It's Chris Valrol. If I think about feeling alive as a physical thing, I feel alive when hiking or dancing, for instance. But if I think about this concept as excitement, I'd say I feel the most alive when I'm doing whatever that involves a challenge, that I connect up with learning, and sometimes also means having fun, of course. I guess I love this show because it contains all these elements. Think about it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Chris. How sweet. Last, and as I said, not least, thank you so much, not just for making my day, but for inspiring me and for participating. You all did a wonderful job. I'm proud of you. Very proud. All right, folks, it's time for famous birthday trivia.
Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's right, folks. We've got to fly through famous birthdays. Let's see if you can figure them out. Our first birthday boy was born today in 1925. His first name is Tocar Fondo. Well, to hit bottom. In fact, his first name is the word we looked at in the Double Trouble. Okay? And his last name is the name of a famous river in New York City. And this guy was in the golden age of Hollywood. He died in 1985, and he was the first major celebrity to die from an AIDS-related illness. That was in 1985. He was 59 years old. Number 2, this guy is my favorite director, an Italian-American director, Goodfellas, Casino. I mean, the list goes on and on. The Irishman, and man, he's definitely an amazing director. Sometimes his movies can be a little bit long, especially lately, but you got to say, it's great movies, great soundtracks, great movies, and he usually uses the same editor as well. And last but not least, this guy was born in 1944, an American actor, comedian, and filmmaker. He's been in so many movies. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Throw Mama from the Train, Twins, Los gemelos golpean dos veces, Twins in English, Romancing the Stone. He played the Penguin in Batman Returns. He was in L.A. Confidential, and the guy is definitely a heavyweight. And not because he's fat, because he is. That's his character. But he's a heavyweight. And we've got a heavyweight over here, Chris Valrol. Happy birthday to Rock Hudson, who, when he died, he hit rock bottom. He was between a rock and a hard place. Number 2, Martin Scorsese. And number 3, Danny DeVito. And that'll bring us to our Say What soundbite. This is Danny DeVito from Twins. Los gemelos golpean dos veces, you call it in Spanish. Twins in English. And this movie stars Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, who plays his twin brother. And remember, in English, we have 2 types of twins. We have identical twins and fraternal twins. Fraternal twins means you don't look alike. And identical, do I need to explain it? Okay, cool. So this is from the movie. This is when he first realizes that he has a brother, and he's in jail, and he's telling him, listen, I'll be your brother. He's like, we're not brothers. We're not twins. Because he just broke the news to him. Le acaba de decir la noticia. He's like, hey, we are brothers, man. We are twins. We were made. And then so finally he keeps saying, yes, brother, yes. And he goes, money talks and bullshit walks. Okay, money talks and bullshit walks is no me cuentes historias, quiero acción. Like, paga. Okay, paga. No me cuentes historias. Money talks and bullshit walks, Danny DeVito says to him. He goes, and he looks confused because he doesn't speak the language. It's an idiomatic expression. And he goes, I'm in fast company over here. Mira, este lo pilla todo. He's being sarcastic. Este tío parece que lo pilla todo. He goes, hey, take a look over there. See that man? Pay him, all right? They let me out. A mí me dejan salir, okay? And he goes, and I'll be anything you want. Your uncle, your sister, your cousin, your brother-in-law, or anything, all right?
Well, money talks and bullshit walks. Yeah. I'm fast company here. Hey, take a look over there. See that man? Pay him money. All right? They let me out. Okay? I'll be anything you want. Your aunt, your uncle, your sister, your cousin, your brother-in-law, anything, all right?
All right, folks, that's the end of today's show. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back with more on Monday. Ciao. Nice job, amigos, and thanks for learning and laughing with us here every day on the Show with No Name. Newsflash. We interrupt our regularly scheduled program to bring you this breaking news. Attention all Show with No Namers. As of January 2024, the Show with No Name live stream will be available exclusively to my patrons. If you'd like to continue to watch the show daily and participate in real time, join us at patreon.com/Alberto Alonso. And what is Patreon, you may ask? Well, as many of you know, I've been teaching for over 20 years. I've taught all kinds of people, from famous folks to young kids. And with a background in acting, I love communication. I have a radio show that's been on the air for 15 years and a very successful podcast called FYI. I've also written 5 books and have appeared on numerous TV and radio programs. But the thing I'm most proud of is this curious community on Patreon that we are creating every day together. And I really think you should join us. For as little as €3 a month, you can have access to Show with No Name live stream daily. Every week you can get a bonus episode of FYI. Also PDFs so you can follow the podcast. And the moment you sign up, you'll have access to an archive of over 1,000 posts. You'll also get early access to all my content. And a new feature, a chat, so you can have direct access to me and your fellow students. And most of all, you'll be a part of a curious community of people just like you, English explorers. Consider joining us on Patreon for as little as €3 a month, and you'll get access to so many English resources. And I highly recommend you sign up for a yearly membership. This way you make a commitment and you'll also save 10%. And don't take my word for it. Just ask some of my interstellar students.
I've already improved my pronunciation, and as a consequence, I've gained a lot of confidence in my speaking. Thanks to our weekly review class and our monthly masterclass, where, by the way, to top it off, we have a lot of fun. In a nutshell, if you are willing to better your English much more in a fun way, you won't regret it if you join us.
Alberto is a passionate teacher, an excellent communicator, and what I think is key, he's able to put himself in the student's shoes. He's always willing to help. You'll have access to a wide range of topics every week, bonus content, vocabulary receipts, weekly review classes, monthly master classes, and so on. I think it's much more than just learning English. So go to Patreon, have a look around, and give it a try.
Because it has helped me keep my English in check and just, improve my language skills in the most fun way, because his podcast is really, really, really entertaining and fun, and so are the classes that we have afterwards to revise and go over the vocabulary and just discuss interesting topics. So if you're considering becoming a Patreon, don't hesitate, because that's a great way to improve your English.
We now return you back to your regularly scheduled program. So what are you waiting for? Learn and laugh with us in our curious community over on patreon.com/Alberto Alonso. See you there.